Hi, I'm Flo, producer of the Great War channel, and I'm here to tell you a bit more about the future of this very channel that you've been watching for the past years. And in our last announcement, I briefly summarized that the channel will continue working and that some changes are coming both behind and, well, in front of the camera. Now, in this last video for 2018, I want to update you and give you a first idea about what will happen in 2019 or, 1919 for the show. This will be a bit longer than usual, and if you want the very short version, you can also just read it below in the video description. Anyway, let's jump right into what you're probably most interested in and start with the actual content you can expect in future episodes. We will stick with the 1919 timeline and continue to talk about the events that unfolded after the armistice, the 11/11 armistice. This includes the peace negotiations and also the continued conflict throughout the world. Looking back a bit, the last 4.5 years, it seems more and more crazy that we put out, I think, over 600 videos. And being completely honest with you, this was a huge challenge for us internally and something that we want to change moving forward. So instead of putting out 3 episodes a week, we will probably only upload 2 videos a month from now on. Yes. That sounds very drastic, but hear me out. Here's where we're coming from on this matter. We know from our statistical analysis and also from individual feedback that a lot of our fans were actually overwhelmed with the 3 weekly uploads, and there is a sizable amount of people who stopped watching the show regularly because of this. From a historical standpoint, the period we're entering now is very chaotic and much harder to research, let alone putting it into a concise and easy to follow script. This also means that we would like to be able to spend more time on certain topics to work out the complex nuances that are important for understanding them. The 10-minute time limit that we had to set ourselves because of our crazy production schedule, that would be pretty problematic for this and for this more complex and nuanced history. Future episodes will be longer so that we can go in deeper. We had a lot of ideas in the past for visual improvements to the show that we never really had time to implement. And in the future, we would like to take the time to do just that. So, in summary, future episodes will not be as frequent, but they will be longer, more polished and more detailed, which we think is something that you will appreciate. What I also already mentioned, we are looking for a new host for the show. If you think you have what it takes to be the new host, get in touch with us. We don't have many specific requirements, but ideally you have some experience in front of the camera, historical qualification, and maybe you even live in Berlin. That would be really cool. The last point I want to make about future content, and this will lead directly to the next part of the video, there probably won't be a new Great War episode in January. At the moment, we want to publish the first new episode mid-February. Why is that? Well, as I said in the last announcement early next year, the production team behind the Great War will establish their own company, which will take a lot of time and careful planning since, well, this is by no means a trivial step for us. So far, Toni, who is behind the camera, and the other guys behind the show, excluding Indy, have been employees of a company called Mediacraft. We have reached an agreement with Mediacraft, a basic agreement, that we can continue operating this channel once we have established our company. So what did Mediacraft do in regards to this channel? Well, they were taking care of a lot of important things, including accounting, administrative tasks like paying out our salaries, renting the studio, providing us with computers, booking Indy's flights from Stockholm to Berlin, and many more things. Mediacraft was able to do all this because of the income this show generated. A major part of this was Patreon, but this also included merchandise sales, sock sales, the fan meetings we did, YouTube ad revenue, and a few other things. Why am I telling you all this boring admin stuff? Well, to be very Germanical blunt about this, we still need this income to continue producing this show. Starting next year, this money will, well, very literally keep the lights on in our future office and studio. It will also enable us to work on this show full time. It will pay for the research, for our equipment, our studio, and all the costs that are associated with a serious film production and that are not always visible to you, the viewer, out there in YouTube land when you watch your favorite creators. So, In spirit of Christmas, the holidays, Kwanzaa and historical accuracy, we would really welcome it if you would consider supporting us on Patreon or continue your existing support. Alternatively, you can also support the show through other means like visiting our merchandise store or spreading the word about the channel, subscribing, watching our videos. If you have any questions, ideas or remarks about any of this stuff I just said, don't hesitate to use the comment section below. We are definitely looking for feedback and we are humble enough to understand that this YouTube channel only is what it is because of your support and because of this great community that we have. And we are very thankful for that. Anyway, this was probably not the most exciting video to watch. If you want to watch some of our previous, more exciting content like our road trip episodes, you can click right here for our playlist. And thanks for making it so far. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for sticking with us and have a great 1919.